I'm with Coach Matt McChesney, leader of 6-0 Academy. And so, Coach, I have a couple questions about
Yes,
your.
sir.
A lot of the best offensive linemen and defensive linemen from the state come from your academy. Now, why is that?
I think we've laid a foundation for the guys in the state to know that if they really want to compete at a high level and they want to learn, that 6-0 is that platform, especially for the O-line and D-line guys, the pass rushers. I mean, we help everyone, obviously, but that's our foundation. It's easy when we put 522 guys in college in 16 years, and those guys are Drake Nugent and Ryan Jensen and Aiden Kikaina, and you got Jake Wiley and Trey Zune, and I mean the list just goes on and on and on and on all over college football. It makes it real easy for the next generation to walk in and know that if they do their job, they're going to be as successful. I mean Deacon and Reese and Nick and Moon and all these other Brody Seek and all these guys, they know that if they come in and work, that I'm going to put them in position to be recruited and evaluated fairly, and I'm going to push them, and I'm going to push them hard because I'm telling you, the coaches that don't want to recruit these kids are going to have to block them or figure out how to recruit them. So it's either recruit them or play them.
How has playing in the NFL brought a different coaching perspective to this academy?
Well, it's the same, bringing Derek out. He's a great friend of mine, and it was awesome that he agreed to do this, and we're going to do more of them. But I wanted to bring Derek out and just have somebody on the other side of the ball, because I can't replicate myself, that knows as much, is as intense, and is going to pour into the kids. I think the main thing about the NFL taught me to be versatile. I had to play both ways in my career. So, when the Jets asked me if I wanted to play defense or I wanted a job, it was a real easy answer. I'll take a job. And they moved me to guard, and I had to learn that. So the ability to teach both really gives me an advantage in coaching. And then, the NFL's nice. It means not for long. And really that's the main point I try to get through to all these kids is I know everybody feels like that they've got all this time, but you don't. And football will pass you by. The longer you wait for it to do something for you, it's doing something for the guy that's working for it, not waiting. So we at 6-0, we're there early, we stay late, we're doing camps, we're trying to always bridge that gap between the people that just don't know and the people that really want to go get it. So, it's a blessing, to say the least.
Awesome. And the last question, what made you want to become a coach?
I think being an average player makes me a really good coach. I don't know, some really, really great players have a hard time being good coaches. That's not every, of course. Coach Prime's up in Boulder, great player, great coach. It doesn't always go like that, but I think that the fact that I had to work so hard to get to where I got and get my pension and play both ways in the league, I think that it gives me a really good perspective on how to get it out of these kids. There's you were out here for 2 days, you saw it. There's no fucking round. Like,
Oh yeah,
if
no,
you don't
not
do
at all.
your job, you're going to get called out. You don't finish, you're getting called out. And I think that that's the only way to do it is honesty. I'm not trying to be your friend. We'll be friends when you sign D1 and your parents don't have to pay for college. We'll be best friends. But until then, it's mutual respect, respecting the men that walked in before you, and then, understanding that you could be the next guy. So all those jerseys on the wall at 6-0, every kid that walks in, I go, look at these jerseys, because they're all guys that came in this room before you did. So it's an opportunity for you to get your name on that wall as well. So, look, man, coaching's a blessing. It's great to be out here with these kids. They bust their ass. Without them, there is no 6-0. So I'm indebted to the people I work with and the parents that support this place. And it's, going on 17 years now being open, and I can't really believe that I'm saying that, but it's been a crazy ride and a lot of ups and downs, and just things like this where you get to come back and get back for 2 days and meet new people and get everybody moving in the right direction. It's pretty special. So,
Well, thank you, Coach, for your time, and thank you
man.
for having me out here. It really meant a lot.
Yeah, kick that.